Welcome, everyone, to Perceptions of the Dead. You may have missed me from reading Grave Goods, but this game I couldn't possibly pass up. Why don't we get started? Perceptions of the Dead. Tyrone has made it his business to help solve troubles of those afflicted by the undead. Oh, how sweet. But what seems like a chase of the haunting may find him risking more than his life, but his very soul serves him right.
I'll be the first to admit, there's something a little sad about watching a pirated copy of the original Star Wars trilogy.
Yes, and Star Wars is so original.
It's been out for as long as I've been alive. You'd think I'd own a legal copy by now.
Most likely. But where's the fun in that?
But really, where can you find a legal copy nowadays where Greedo shoots first? Nowhere. It's a sad fact of life.
Oh, poor thing.
I pull another chip from the bag and munch as quietly as I can.
It sounds like you just broke a bone.
I have the volume way down so I can hear the rest of the house easily. The crunching of the chip is almost loud enough to drown out Han's rant about the Falcon's speed.
And that would be excruciatingly painful.
My eyes dart up to the girl on the ceiling.
A friend already.
She's still staring, wide-eyed, her pupils dilated, and her claws clicking rhythmically at her sides while she sits watching me. I pull out my phone and snap another picture of her, checking to make sure the screen stays empty. It does, and I slide the device back into my pocket. The owners of the house have been right. They had a ghost, but it was a harmless haunt, incapable of manifestation.
Judging by the claws, I think otherwise. You might be in perilous danger yet.
The creepiest thing she had done was stand at the end of the hallway and watch me watch TV with their amazing sound system.
Did she now?
She clicks at me and I hush her, as though it wasn't already hard enough to hear. She doesn't respond, and I regret not downloading a version with subtitles. I've been here for almost a week. So far, only Little Miss Claus has shown up, and it hadn't been hard to identify her. She's the ghost of a girl who had suffered from an acute case of depression and took her own life.
I see.
Apparently, she did the deed with a pair of scissors, which explains the increasingly annoying clicking scissor claws. Her family had sold the house after they lost their only daughter. It eventually ended up in the hands of the current owners, the ones who had hired me.
So you're for hire, are you? Welcome to Grave Goods 2.0.
Their descriptions of the haunt had pretty much been a dead ringer of the girl. They had, of course, complained of cold spots and objects disappearing and reappearing elsewhere, but odds were high that they were misplacing their own stuff and giving themselves the chills. Same way any scary movie can. For the chills, I mean. Good old-fashioned forgetfulness explains the moving stuff.
I highly doubt that really explains the moving stuff. Unless you have another visitor that you don't know of.
The girl keeps at her clicking. Her bloodied claws are writhing as she stares, sitting on the ceiling as though she had chosen to break a few laws, starting with gravity.
Why don't we talk to our little friend?
Answer me a question, Ghost Girl. Why does everyone who's dead seem to have black hair? I mean, really? Do gingers actually lack a soul or something?
I'm not sure. I will answer your question once I die, since my hair is actually red as your blood.
Before she has a chance to answer my question, a knock comes from the door.
I wonder who that could be.
Swear to... Someone called the cops on me again. I'm gonna give them a goddamn reason to. I'm not an effing squatter. It was hard to be here.
Ooh, profanity. Language, kids.
I free myself from the ensnarement of the amazing plush furniture and trudge to the door, muttering nonsense the whole way. Throwing it open, I find someone new.
You're still here.
Of course, darling.
Yes, I am. I'm still working. Well, not right now, actually. I'm taking a break while some things are settling. And, you are?
You know, most of the other neighbors think you're a squatter.
Oh, really?
I grimace. Yeah, I know. I've had to talk to the police twice already.
What are you even working on? I thought that they were done with renovations months ago.
Why don't we pull her into the horror? Might as well. Curiosity always kills. Well, everything.
Yeah, like I'd do something as psycho as that. The owners reported some odd noises. Creaking, groaning, rattling. The kind of noises you don't want to be hearing in a newly renovated home. The thing is, their contractors haven't been able to identify the source or even replicate the issue when on site. I do construction. I'm in between jobs right now, so they're hiring me to stay here until the issue occurs and use my expertise to identify and resolve the problem. That sounded pretty believable, not to mention oddly close to the truth. It had been enough for the police both times before, after all. Well, that and a Skype chat with the actual owners.
That makes sense. So, what, you're sleeping on the floor waiting for the noises they were reporting?
I don't have to sleep on the floor, considering it's fully furnished.
You don't think it could be the ghost that's rumored to haunt this place?
It's exactly that, darling. Why don't you come see?
I force a snicker, and she immediately flushes. Yeah, I'm not the superstitious type. Everyone knows ghosts aren't real. Everyone was wrong, of course. But I wasn't going to admit that right now.
Look, I didn't...
Though if it's a long-standing rumor, it might have been something to do with the Foundation. Do you know how long this building's been haunted? She flushed further and bit her lip. What was she doing here? An amateur hour ghost hunter, maybe?
But the amateurs make the best prey.
I don't know. At least 10 years. That's when my family first moved in over there.
It's funny how you haven't stated a name yet, girl.
She points to what was, more or less, a mansion across the street and a few houses down. Not that any of the other houses were less impressive. This was kind of a high-end neighborhood, which was a large part of the reason I had met law enforcement twice already. I suppose I'll have to go back at it again with my level. See if I can find anywhere that may hide a seam in the Foundation.
Do you need help?
Of course. Why don't you come in? After you tell me your wonderful name.
Okay, seriously, what was her deal? No, I've got it just fine.
Oh, okay. Well, it was nice to meet you.
Goodbye, stranger. See you soon.
You too, kid. She stands there watching with the eyes of a puppy as I close the door on her. I look back to the clicking ghost on the ceiling and realize that I got more heebie-jeebies from talking to that girl than I did watching movies with a ghost hanging above my head.
Wow, socially awkward. I suggest, boy, that you be wary of the ghost hanging right above you.
I nearly jump out of my skin as my phone goes off.
Oh, cliché.
The ringtone clearly indicates it's to my work number. Looks like I have another job after this one, Snippy.
Snippy, huh?
She clicks the same as she had before, unresponsive to my attempts to converse with her. Which is a good thing. I mean, she's a pacifant. No need to gank her. She'll fade naturally. I answer my phone and wait for the words. There's a moment of silence.
Is this the boy in the Dillon's house?
I recognize the voice immediately. I hang up. Her knock follows not a moment after.
I heard your phone ring. You answered at exactly the same time.
Maybe she had gotten my number somewhere, caller ID or something in the house. Maybe she didn't realize the significance. How did you get my number?
She has a ways. I might have gotten a bit of respect for this girl.
Well, way to maintain an air of mystery.
Says the girl who hasn't given us her name yet.
Huh?
Aren't you supposed to have some line like La La Fatagan or something?
No, the caller is supposed to say that. Fuck. Did I just say that?
Language, kids.
Oh. Oh.
An awkward pause hung itself, much like I was thinking about doing.
Can I come in? It feels odd to talk about this kind of stuff on the other side of the door when you're right there.
I grimace and let her in. How did you get my number?
I read about it on 4chan. I wasn't sure it was you until just now, though. I had my suspicions from the moment you arrived.
Clever girl, come on in. You can meet my new friend. Snippy, was it?
Someone posted my number on 4chan?
Oh, of course, dear. In this age, the scariest thing is Big Brother.
You're nothing like I imagined from the urban legends, though.
What, were you not expecting a black guy?
Oh, child.
Well, I was expecting someone tall and dark, so I suppose I was right in a sense.
Oh, that's brave. A race joke.
Why are you making it about that?
Because I'm hoping it makes you feel uncomfortable and you'll leave.
So, is it true? Is anything here?
I almost turned to check on the girl in the ceiling, but maintained my gaze. Nothing that the tenants have to worry about, it would seem.
That's an evasive answer.
Will you leave if I give you some information?
Yes. Well, maybe. It depends on what you tell me.
I had figured as much. I'm a spiritualist. I work for folks who think they have ghosts.
Who think they have ghosts. Funny.
I flip up my hood. With the appropriate ambience, I strike a much more intimidating character. The girl's face paled a little.
By flicking up your hood. Oh, you have so much to learn.
No kidding.
The hood is actually one I stole from the body of a serial killer. His psychic residue left it with an aura of violence that would invoke fear. It's a long story.
Now that is actually interesting. Now if you told me that ahead of time, I would have understood your frivolous action.
What more would you know?
Are they real?
Yes, but they're so rare, you will never encounter one in your entire life. It was a half-truth. She wouldn't. She didn't have the spiritual perception.
Unlike myself.
The lie lay in the rarity, as advertised by the clicking of the girl on the ceiling.
Of course.
Oh.
Disappointment. Good. It shouldn't take much to push her towards boredom and a departure. She looks around the house, the disappointment slowly spreading to her face.
So there's no...
Why does she stop? I follow her gaze to the girl on the ceiling. The clicks grew louder.
She sees our little buddy. How cute.
The ghost stood up in a violent convulsion.
Oh, and now our friend is hungry.
Oh no. She could see it, and it hurt. All at once, it rushed her, claws sweeping wildly as its seizure-like movements brought it closer. Fear had taken the girl's voice. Should I kill it? No, it's harmless to almost everyone. There's only one thing to do. I roar. I feel my body start to crumble. I always feel like this when I roar. To tell the truth, I still don't even know what I'm really doing.
So, it seems that you have some spiritual power to this roar, hmm?
But I can feel myself die, just a little. And let's just say when I actually die, I'm gonna be a handful to haunt for my successor. The girl on the ceiling stops in her tracks. A moment of pause and she retreats, sitting back above the TV where she had watched me earlier. I let out a breath as my soul snaps back into place.
His soul can actually attack. How intriguing.
Behind me, I hear desperate gasping.
Oh, you're still here.
Great, maybe a panic attack will scare her off. Slowly she raises her arm. I follow the finger. It's not pointing at the girl on the roof.
There's someone out there.
Really?
I turn to the glazed glass door.
Called it.
Pressed flush against the glass is a face without features and hands with fingers too long. For the first time in years, I felt my blood run cold. No.
What's wrong?
Her voice is still panicked.
And she's standing up again.
Scream again! Make it go away!
I try to speak, but my voice catches in my throat as its hand glides smoothly to the doorknob, and the handle begins to turn.
Nice knowing you both.
I lunge to turn the deadbolt.
What's wrong? What is it?
Why can't I speak?
Scream again!
The handle stops rattling. The form steps away from the door, fading into obscurity of the frosted glass. No.
No, what?
She was in shock. It was a defense mechanism. I wish I could easily overcome my fear with it. We need to figure out a way to escape.
Oh, but we were just having fun.
I had grown complacent. Even the most violent specter I'd encountered as of late had never actually threatened my life.
Why? Can't you deal with it? Why are you scared of it and not the woman with bladed hands?
That's the thing outside. I call it a slender. I don't know what it is. I don't know if there's more than one even.
As in the Slender Man? Apparently, it's a huge fad among you people. I don't know him well myself.
Slender? You call it a slender? Like Slender Man?
Yes, exactly, like I just said, little girl.
I nod, watching for movement outside the door. The last one.
The last one. So that is the actual Slender Man.
I wince just thinking about it. I've only ever met someone like me once. It killed them. It doesn't obey any of the rules. In the distance of the back of the house, I hear a rattle, and then a slow, deafening creak. She gasps, then stops her breath. Silence falls as even the clicking stops.
It's inside. Oh God, it's here. Why did I come here?
I'm not sure, child. I guess it was your curiosity.
The ghost on the ceiling scuttles away, hurrying up the incline above the stairs. I try to steady my breathing. Slowly, I lean over, peering around the corner, down the hallway to the back half of the house. As still as the grave, it stands, a silhouette in the hallway. Fuck.
Profanity.
Should I move? Should I run? The decision is made for me as I hand closes around my own. The sight is gone as I feel myself tug backwards. I turn, following the girl from across the street up the stairs. Where are we going upstairs? There's nowhere to escape from there. It's too late to change my mind. Behind me, at the foot of the stairs, it stands, still as stone.
Run!
I flee, retreating to the safety of the master bedroom, locking the door.
That won't last long.
What was I thinking? I should have just kept running. Why did I stop? Why did I think you would be different than anyone else?
What?
I thought you were strong. I mean, you are strong, that's obvious. You were able to travel so far.
I just took a plane.
Jesus, you're that strong? You can keep up that level of manifestation long enough to fly on a plane?
What?
I mean, I can appear within 10 miles of where I died, compared to the boy that those creatures devoured.
What are you talking about?
She's a ghost. Aww.
I've never met a ghost as strong as you.
I'm not dead. Abruptly, she stops in her tracks.
Are you kidding? How can you be so strong and not realize you're dead?
I'm not dead.
Look, it doesn't matter what you think, because in a moment that thing is going to come in here.
She grimaces, holding back tears.
It's going to come in here and kill me again. I'm not ready for that. Dying once was bad enough.
For a moment, the veneer fades and I see her, bloodied and bruised. She looked like she had been hit by a truck.
So we see her true colors.
You're a ghost?
Of course. That makes so much sense now.
Splinters hit my shoulder. I wheel around, finding my blade in motion as fluid as only practice can provide. The creature fills the doorway, like a tombstone. And then it moves. Like oil sliding across a hot pan, the creature sidesteps me, ignoring me as if I were nothing more than a piece of furniture. It approaches the girl, and I hear her scream. I scream. Reality becomes a blur, and I bring around my blade.
And you deny me the sweet music of the screams? How dare you? Let's aim for his head.
It shatters harmlessly against the white flesh, as though it were glass dashed against a rock. I watch in confusion and horror as a seam tears open across its face. Then, I watch it tear apart, unhinging its jaw. It lunges forward, and in a single moment, she is gone. Her scream cut short in a violent swallow. No! No. Not again! I won't let you! The creature turns slowly, looking around as though confused. I step toward it, and each of my footsteps seems to burn the ground. The creature steps back, still silent as the grave. I'm lost in what I'm doing. I reach out and simply touch the creature. Waves of light and color wash over the creature, pulse by pulse. The creature's color slowly shifts to match the world around it.
Well, that was a delay.
And then, it's simply gone.
I noticed.
My breathing steadies, and the color fades. Eventually, the world turns pale, normalcy descending. The creature is simply gone. What was that? I looked down, opening and closing my fists. There was nothing left of whatever I had done. Or the Slender, for that matter. I look around the room, impossibly confused. No, seriously, what the fuck was that?
Language.
I don't know. Am I supposed to know?
No. Damn, I hurt all over. Who are you anyway?
Tulip. My name's Tulip.
Who would name their daughter Tulip? That is a horror story in and of itself.
Tulip? Brooks?
Yeah?
It must be a nickname or something.
Then who? I turned to watch the scissor girl skitter away.
I don't know. She's been here since before I died.
I flopped back down, laying flat on the floor, and closed my eyes. My parents' old house is just as I left it. I wonder exactly how much upkeep Marcus has actually been doing. Judging from the lawn, he's at least mowed it in the 4 years since I've seen him.
4 years? It would look worse than it is in the picture if it's been 4 years.
Fuck, 4 years. Had it really been that long since I had returned home?
Most likely.
Wow, you have a really nice place.
Yeah. Wait, what?
Your place. It's nice.
How are you here?
Tyrone asks a question we would all like to know.
Spirits are tied to places they have strong emotional attachments to.
That and people? Oh no, don't tell me you're haunting me now.
Oh, how sweet.
She doesn't reply, only blushing. Great, now I've got Sabrina the teenage ghost following me around.
I'm 26.
Very childish for someone who's 26.
You died when you were 16, so you look 16 to me.
Exactly.
Silence falls between us. Look, just stay out here until I've had a chance to talk with Marcus. I approached the doorway with more than a fair degree of hesitation. What was I expecting? Her words echo in my head.
How can you be so strong and not realize you're dead?
It wouldn't be the first time I'd encountered a ghost who didn't know they were dead. They would block it out. Their death. Their funeral. They would then avoid anything that would remind them of their death. Like their home. My eyes settle on the front door as it opens, and a larger man steps out. His shaggy, dirty blonde hair is cut the same length as when I last saw him, but his jaw is framed by a neatly trimmed beard. He's carrying a blue garbage bag. He only takes 2 steps from the door before he meets my eyes.
Tyrone? 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 Tyrone?
It had been a long time since I'd heard that name. It sounded almost alien. Hey, Marcus.
Holy shit, you're alive! I mean, I kind of assumed you were. I hadn't been kicked out of your place by your next of kin yet. Man, it's so good to see you. I thought you were dead.
Why'd you think that?
Maybe because you've been gone for 4 fucking years? What the fuck have you been doing?
Now, kids, if someone has been gone for 4 years, that doesn't mean they're dead, especially since they haven't been communicating with you, which you might assume that something would happen, as your psyche would turn against you. But I assure you, against my nature, that most of the time they're perfectly fine.
Work? Mostly.
I hope you're getting paid buku bucks if you're ignoring your friend for 4 years.
Now, if your friends are ignoring you, that's a whole other matter.
My thoughts trail to my less than impressive bank account. Not really.
What, did you join the military? Chicks dig boys in uniform. Is that how you picked up the chick?
What chick?
The chick that's been staying in your room for the last month? Showed up out of nowhere and just kind of waltzed in. She had a key or something. Not very talkative.
I don't bother to answer the question. I step past him, his face contorting in worry and confusion. I step inside and feel it immediately, the presence of a haunt. I walk towards my room. The door's open, and she's sitting. Just reading. I don't recognize her, but she's clearly dead. The hair bleeding up the walls and tangling up towards the cow skull are dead giveaways.
Man, I'm sorry. Is she just some homeless chick that picked a lock or something? She seemed like she owned the place, so I assume you knew her. She said she was waiting for you, too.
Well, apparently she had a normal-looking outward manifestation. I know for a fact she didn't die here. If she's been here for a month, she must be incredibly powerful.
Okay, man, your silence makes me think you might know her. But there's something awkward about your relationship you're not telling me, so I think I'll let you two talk.
Wise little Marcus.
But if you fucking leave without talking to me about whatever the fuck you've been up to since you left, I swear I'm gonna kill you.
Well, you already swore twice, so...
Marcus walks away, closing the door behind him. It's kind of unfortunate. I don't have a moment to enjoy the fact that his threatening of my life confirmed that neighbor girl had been wrong. Unlike this girl. Who are you? Look, I know it's not the best question, but really, I'm a mess. I had been almost completely convinced that I was undead until a couple of seconds ago.
Tyrone, I had been expecting something more noteworthy for something like you.
Have we met?
Something?
I was expecting Damien, perhaps.
You should really consider answering one of my questions soon.
What? How can someone so powerful not know they are dead?
I can feel the hairs on the back of my neck and my forearms rise. No! I was alive!
The simple answer to that is that you're not dead. An anomaly, but not dead.
Like, what are you?
Unlike you, I am dead. I am dead, and I am happy to continue being so. I like being here. I don't want to leave.
Hey, this is my house.
Not your house. I mean the material world. You see, I'm too strong to so easily fade, and I've been here a long time.
Been...
I'm more than strong enough to attract the attention of the gnolls.
Interesting.
Yes, like the one you killed, or whatever you managed to do to it. Do you even know, by the way?
So it seems that Slender, or the Slender Man, was not the last one. How intriguing.
Art.
Yes, I can read thoughts.
I'm liking her already. I believe we might have even met.
Sorry, I'll stop.
Of course not. Keep going.
I glare.
My name is Ripley. I am a ghost.
She grins.
And I would like very much to stay that way.
So, you're a ghost? Or is she a ghost? Are you both ghosts? Am I a ghost? Oh man, I knew that chili had gone bad. I swear I'll buy
Yes.
better Tupperware in the next life!
You are a ghost. Well, that was Perceptions of the Dead, Part 1. I might go through this game again and see what I can do. But until then, see you next time in Grave Goods.